So now let's jump into the demo portion of our webinar. And as we go through this, we're going to look at how the DilogR platform enables you to take different types of content to really turn your communications into a dialogue more than a monologue. So we've discussed how most communication and mostly one way, it's a very monologue communication, and we want to turn that on its head. We want the communications that we put out, whether it's for marketing or for training or for any business process, we want to be able to have the audience engaged in that process. So some of the types of things that you can do with the DilogR platform is you can create interactive images like infographics, interactive presentations, interactive videos, and then you can also create quizzes and surveys and assessments with the platform. We'll show towards the end of this call specifically how you can use these types of content to create virtual intelligent agents that can tie directly into your call center system, such as interactive intelligence delivered by AVDS or Altigen delivered by Avatar Tech Ventures. So we'll tie all of these back together into call center use cases as well. But the software can be used in a lot of different ways, even outside of the call center. So first, why don't we look at part of the video platform. So on the video side of things, you can add different levels of interactivity to your videos. Here's a quick example of a real estate video, and in this video, I'm going to be watching a walkthrough of an apartment community. And as as the viewer of this apartment community, I may not want to watch the entire thing. I may not want to see every part of their walkthrough. And so the DilogR platform gives me as the viewer control of what I want to view. It lets me be in control of what I see. So I'm going to go ahead and push play. And as we start this, you'll see a chapters option appears to the right. And as I hover over this chapters option, it allows me to pick what I want to see. Do I want to look at the on-site amenities? Do I want to see the private oasis or the individual apartment homes? Do I want to look at the location and the neighborhood? So let's say the location and neighborhood is what we're most interested in. So we'll click that.
The premier apartment located just south of Austin's central business and entertainment district.
So you can see it's telling me that I'm located just south of downtown Austin, Texas, so I can learn a little bit about that. Or if I want to jump to the private oasis and see what the individual apartment homes look like, I can choose that option.
Relax in your own private oasis with an assortment of 1, 2, and 3-bedroom floor plans.
So you can see jumping to that part of the video. And the last part of this that I want to show is maybe as I'm viewing this, I just want to talk to someone. I want to chat with someone from this apartment community so that they can give me the information that I'm looking for and so that I can sign a lease and pay them some money. So I'm going to click Contact Me, and it takes me to a point in the video where a lead capture form appears. So this lead capture form could appear at any point. This could be at the beginning, it could be during the middle of my video, it could be at the end, but in this case it appears right at the end. And I chose in the chapter that I wanted to contact someone. When I fill this out, my information can be put directly into any system that they're using, whether that's a CRM system like a Salesforce or a marketing automation system like an Eloqua. This data can be routed there, or directly into the call center like interactive intelligence like we mentioned before. So I'll go ahead and fill this out. And hit submit, and it'll tell me at the end, a leasing agent will get in touch with me shortly. So in this case, this is tied directly into a call center software, and so that just created a callback request for the next available agent to pick up the phone and call me. So video chaptering, video lead capture are a couple of the things that you can do with DilogR video. You can also do branching. We'll look at an example in just a few minutes that shows this branching concept. But the way that it works is you have your first clip, and the person watches that clip, and then they can answer a question about what they're looking for. And based on their answer, if they answer one way, then they're going to see the next video. Or if they answer another way, they're going to see a different video. So I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with IVR. You pick up the phone and you call a company and they have a press 1 for this or press 2 for that. This is similar, but it gets the person to interact on the website before they ever even need to pick up the phone, which may help them resolve their questions before they even dial your phone number. So they can self-select, go down a path, and maybe they get their question resolved. And if they don't, this can also lead them into the call center or contact center with more information about them and what they're looking for. I'll just show a couple of quick examples of branching diagrams. So yours might look like this, or you might have a different setup. Really just wanted to show this to show the flexibility that it's only limited by your imagination on how you want the flows of these interactive videos to go. So as I mentioned, we'll come back and look at an example of that video branching in a second. But first I wanted to show some of the image functionality. So we talked about how DilogR has video and it has the ability to create images and slide presentations, etc. Here's an example of an interactive image. As I hover over this image, you see a series of icons pop up, and you as the creator of this, you can log into DilogR and say, I've got an apartment community as my image and I want to add interactivity, and when someone hovers over this icon over here, I want to show them the fitness center. And if they hover over here, I want to show them what the pool looks like. And I want to give them an opportunity to go ahead and chat right now with a leasing agent. And we'll show that live towards the end of the call where Luke and I will actually chat back and forth so you can see that happening live. You can do the very same thing on any image, whether it's a sitemap like the one we saw before, or in this case, one specific floor plan. So as I hover over the icons on this floor plan, I'm now seeing here's what the living room looks like, or here's what the bedroom looks like. And the content that exists in these pop-ups or these hovers, it doesn't just have to be additional images. It can be video, or it can be a chat function like we saw. Just briefly, I'll show. Here's one where I can hover over and I'm looking at an infographic and a video pops up that tells me more about the content contained in the infographic. So again, the interactive image technology, very flexible. You can add any type of interactivity on top of your infographics, on top of your images, and then these are embeddable directly within your own web content. So whether you're going to put this on your website or on your blog or on an internal intranet type page, these are embeddable within any of those systems. So just to touch on very briefly the admin interface for setting something like this up, you can come in and say, I want to manage the interactions and I want to set up my hotspots. I can click on these and move them around wherever I want them to be placed. So it's very drag and drop, easy to use. And then to choose the content that exists, when someone hovers over this, just double click and it will bring up the options for what's going to appear when they hover. So in this case, when they hover over it, it's going to have a little caption and it's going to have a paragraph of text which looks like this in the end. So I hover over and it shows that text to me. So very easy to set up, very easy to run, and that's a quick look at the image side of the technology. I know we're going through quickly, but we wanted to cover several types of interactive technology, and one of the other types that we want to just briefly touch on is quizzes. So if you have a topic that you want to use to drive some social traffic, whether off of Facebook or Twitter or other areas, you can create engaging quizzes. You've probably seen online quizzes like which state should I live in, or what personality are you? You can create any of those quizzes with the DilogR platform, and even much more advanced business assessments and advanced quizzes and surveys. here's an example of a simple trivia quiz. And as I go through and respond to this trivia quiz, at the end, it will give me my results. So I'm going to answer kind of randomly here. The topic of this one is how much do you know about Ebola? This was one that was created when this was very hot in the news. Every nightly news program was talking about the outbreaks in Africa of Ebola. And so as a news site, maybe I want to engage my audience instead of just pushing articles. I want to engage the audience and ask quiz questions about how much you know about this topic. So I'll go through and answer a few questions, and at the end it tells me my score. We got 6 out of 8 as we answered those. And then what's really interesting is you can provide people with custom feedback or recommendations for other content based on the way that they respond. So in this case, I answered that Liberia was the hardest hit country, and it says the correct answer was actually Sierra Leone, and you can go ahead and read this article for more information. So I click on that, takes me over to the LA Times, and I can read an article about how Sierra Leone was banning Christmas celebrations to try and halt the spread of the Ebola virus. One other thing that's going to help you with your traffic is the ability for people to share their results. So I did pretty well on this quiz. I got 6 out of 8. So maybe I want to share with my friends on Facebook or Twitter, and I can just click that, and it will pop up and allow me to go ahead and share with my friends, hey, I got 6 out of 8 on this quiz. Take the quiz to find out how well you did. So there's a quick example of more of a trivia quiz, and let's take a look at one that's a little bit more of an advanced assessment. So in this case, a client of ours in Australia, they have an assessment on how does your recognition program rate. So as a company, how are you doing at recognizing your employees? And as I go through and answer their questions, they're going to give me a score and a full report and feedback based on my responses. So if you have any subject matter expertise in your domain, a quiz or an assessment like this is a great way to generate prospects in your marketing efforts because people want to know how they're doing. So as I go through and answer the questions and I get to the end, there's a lead capture option that I have to fill in order for me to get my custom report. So I get to the end and lead capture form, fill this out, and then they've sent me an email directly through the DilogR platform that gives me my results. So I open up this PDF report, and they tell me, hey, this was your score. You scored 89 out of 150. And then they even go through each of my responses. On question 5, you answered this way. Here's some feedback for you. On question answer, here's some feedback for you. So the DilogR platform handled every step of this, from creating the quiz to delivering this custom PDF report. It was all built using the DilogR tool. So as I mentioned at the beginning, we would talk about how you can take these types of interactive content and use them with the call center. So the example here is we've got an example AVDS support page or contact us page, and when someone goes onto your website looking for answers, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to go and try and navigate your site, find if you have videos that are answering their things. But if they have a question and they can't find the answer, they're going to go to the Contact Us page, and they're going to probably look for a phone number to pick up and call. But what you can do with DilogR and tying that in with AVDS solutions is you can create these virtual intelligent agents. So if I'm looking for something to do with sales, and I hover over this sales icon, now I have some information that pops up that's allowing me to self-select and interact so that I can get put into the call center, either be routed to the right person, or if they can answer my questions without me having to go into the call center, it can offload my questions to kind of more virtual efforts. So in this case, I hover over and I say I'm looking for contact center technology, and I'm a small business. Let's say I have 1 to 50 employees. Just a note on this, you can put different different priority levels into your contact center technology based on what they say. So if I am a bigger company, you might make that a higher priority in the contact center queue than someone that's a small business, because this one's probably going to be a higher contract value for you on the sale. So I'm going to say smaller business, and then I'll go ahead and fill out the lead capture form. And then it shows me a custom thank you page. So if I had answered that I was looking for different solutions, this information here would be talking to me about that. But since I was looking for contact center technology, it shows me a little bit about contact center technology, and then it says that AVDS will have a knowledgeable sales rep contact me shortly. And we'll show, I'm going to turn the presenter role over to Luke here in just a second, and he'll show what's going on in the background and where all of this information is being stored in interactive intelligence, in this case, for the call center system. And as I mentioned once before, this same thing would work with other call center systems, such as Altigen, delivered by Avatar Tech Ventures. So it doesn't matter what tool you're using, you can integrate with these different tools. So let's take a look at the example. Let's say I come to this page, and I'm looking for technical support. With technical support, typically people come for a couple of reasons. Either they're looking for just some training on how to do something, and they can't figure out how to do something, or there's an issue like a bug or something, and they just really need some help. So I'm going to go ahead and push play on this video, and this is an example of that video branching concept that allows me to be routed to different things based on the way that I respond as I'm watching the video. Welcome to AVDS Technical Support for the Interactive Intelligence Platform. We have unique services designed to assist you in the most efficient way possible based on what you're looking for. Please answer the question below to get started, and thanks for contacting AVDS Technical Support. So let's say in this case, I'm looking for my options down here. I'm looking for how-to assistance and self-service information for functions and tasks within my interactive intelligence solution. So I'm going to choose that one because that's what I'm looking for. So I hit continue, and it takes me down a path to give me the answers to my specific needs. AVDS has created an interactive training solution for answering simple how-to questions by providing functional enablement video clips for the tasks you're looking to complete. Please visit the link below to experience the interactive training resources. So this clip told me, hey, we've got a training resources page that's going to help answer your questions. Go there, and I click on that, and it takes me directly to a training resources page, and you'll notice that this training resources page is built using the interactive technology of an interactive image. So I hover over, and if I'm looking for how to launch the .NET client, if that's the issue that I'm trying to figure out, then I can hover over, and now I've got a video that pops up that teaches me how to launch the .NET client. Or if I'm looking for how to transfer a call to another user, I hover over that one, and it brings me up the training that's going to help me learn how to transfer a call to another user. So I went to the contact page. I necessarily need to pick up the phone because it helped me to find the resources I was looking for because of that interactive video experience. Now let's say I'm a different user and I come on for technical support and I'm looking for something different. So I come in and I hit play, and I'm going to go ahead and skip the first part of this video because we've already listened to it once. Welcome to AVDS. And I'm just going to answer the question. In this case, I want to get in touch. Contacting AVDS Technical Support. In this case, I want to get in touch with a certified engineer. So I choose that option, and I hit continue, and it's going to take me down a different path. AVDS supports the following versions of the CIC platform. Please select the version you're using currently to ensure the best engineer is assigned to support you. So we'll say I'm using CIC version 4.0, and choose that, and I say continue, and then it takes me to the next. Great. Now that we know you're using CIC version 4.0 or version 2015 R1, please answer the next question to indicate the severity of the current issue. And let's say that in this case, I have an issue with the software that is causing critical issues with loss of core system functionality, high impact to my business operations. So I'm going to say this is a severe issue, and they're going to prioritize my callback request based on that. Thank you. Now that we've logged the nature of the issue, please let us know which functional application you're looking for support on. I'll choose the first option here, Interact IC. Please provide us with a brief description of the issue. And I will be very creative with my brief description and say this is a brief description. And I'll learn how to spell as well. Fantastic. We've got the perfect engineer to help with this application and will respond per the AVDS service level objective for this type of issue. Please complete the following form to enter the AVDS technical support queue, and a certified engineer will call you back very soon. So I get to the end, and now I can go ahead and fill this information in so that I can get put into that queue. So a custom thank you message appears for me. This can be customized based on the way that I responded. So it says, thanks for submitting a technical support request, and it's being queued up to an engineer who will reach out directly to the number that I provided. So you can see in these examples, whether I'm looking for sales help or technical support, you can have kind of a virtual questionnaire pop up or a video walkthrough pop up using the video branching technology. This last example I'll show is for customer service. And if I have questions about a previous order, it's going to take me down a path about my previous order. Or if I just want to provide some general feedback about my experience with the company, I can choose I want to provide general feedback, hit next, and it will ask me for my feedback. How would I rate my experience? This would never happen, but let's say I had a very, very poor experience, and I choose 1. In that case, that's a high priority for the AVDS team, so I hit next, and what happens is they provide a custom message to me based on my response.
Hi, I'm Sharon Moon, President of AVDS. Based on an answer you provided in our customer experience survey, I see you are not satisfied with how your issue was handled. Your experience with our customer support staff is my top priority, and so I invite you to contact our executive management team to discuss your issue and allow us to resolve it to your satisfaction as well as improve our service going forward.
So we'll pause right there, but you can see in that case, because I answered that I had a poor experience, they want me to get in touch with a member of the executive management team right away. This phone number is unique to me based on the way that I responded, so it's helping me to get the information that is most relevant to me. Let's do one more example on that, saying I come to the very same thing, but instead of giving feedback that I had a 1 experience, maybe I had a 10 experience, and so I choose 10, and I hit next, and instead of that audio clip of Sharon, the CEO of AVDS, talking to me, in this case, they're offering me a chance to join the customer referral program. They collected my feedback that I had an awesome experience, so what a great opportunity for them to then say, because you had such a great experience, would you like to register and refer other people to use AVDS solutions? So it allows for a very customized experience for people as they go through this process. Now there's there are several different paths in each of these that we didn't go down, but we won't go through all of those today. I think we can see the examples there of helping the person through interactivity to get to exactly what they're looking for. So some of the benefits there that are happening is you're routing people to the correct agent, so they're not being sent to the wrong person and then manually being transferred. You're routing people based on highest priority, which is very important, and then you're also offloading issues to a virtual training experience when there are things that the person shouldn't need to be tying up one of your live call center agents for that specific use. So with that, Luke, why don't I turn it back over to you, and if you want to show just a little bit what was happening, in this case in interactive intelligence in the background as we went through that, that would be great.
Absolutely. Thanks, Lance. You brought up a couple of great points, and I wanted to kind of underscore those. There's really two sides of the intelligent virtual agent concept. As you mentioned, one of the most important ROI drivers from a concept like this is the ability to empower your customers and those individuals consuming your content to self-serve, putting them in touch with an intelligent virtual agent who never asks for days off, is happy to work 24 hours a day, and provides a consistent experience to offload some of the traffic into the contact center. Secondly, we all know that self-service is a great option but doesn't answer every question. That's why we've developed into the contact center integration the ability to set those priorities and route those people with intelligence back into the contact center. So I will go ahead and share my screen and give an example of what the contact center experience would be and some of the value. The application you're seeing on the screen right now is the agent application for the Interactive Intelligence platform. You can see I've got my status set to in a demo, and I'm unavailable for ACD interactions. However, when I make myself available in this queue, all of the interactions that Lance requested in the previous portion of the demo will be routed to me with the same priority that they came into queue with. So the first interaction that was routed to me, and I'll resize this so it's a little easier to see, was Lance's request for some technical support. Now it's interesting to note that Lance submitted this request after he requested some sales assistance. The platform has been configured to prioritize things above other things. In this case, a severe incident, and as we kind of look through all the information that was captured in that survey, you can see that this was a technical support request for CIC version 4.0 or newer. We've got some severe impact on the platform, and thus we've routed it with the highest priority. The callback request allows that agent, or in this case a technical support representative, to prepare some information beforehand and then go ahead and make that call back out to Lance. We can go ahead and discuss whatever he needed on the technical support piece, create a ticket, etc. So I'm going to complete this callback. And Lance, it's going to call your cell phone here so we can have a mock technical support conversation. And there it is. We're going to say that I've went ahead and satisfied Lance's request to satisfaction, and we'll go ahead and end that interaction. Now, Lance, in the background, if you wouldn't mind maybe queuing up a web chat request. That's one of the things you mentioned before. And I'll pick up the next interaction into the contact center. So you can see here is Lance's request for some sales assistance on contact center technology. I've got the information about the business size. Now this is really important that we're bridging people's experience between what they've contributed and given by way of information on the web to what their conversation is going to be about through the call center. It's really an important bridge to give that seamless experience. So again, I could very easily make a call out to Lance, qualify his opportunity, and see if we've got some solutions that fit his business needs. I will go ahead and once again disconnect that. We've got a couple of other requests in this queue. Let's go ahead and quickly handle those as my day is going along. And there we have Lance's click to chat request. So when I pick this up, I am now immediately engaged with Lance from his experience. If you recall, it was the real estate example where he said, I really want to talk to a leasing agent. I've got some background information. I see his name is Lance. And I'm engaging Lance in a conversation. Now this uses the multimedia routing tools within Interactive Intelligence. You can see I've got all my call controls up here. Thanks for chatting today. I'll find you a place that'll fit just right. So we went through and handled the chat. Perhaps we've got Lance into a great 3-bedroom apartment in the greater Austin area. I'm going to disconnect that.
All right.
And again, here's another request that's a little bit older. So he's looking for some self-service functions. Maybe I'll call him back to make sure that he found exactly what he was looking for. But again, when he requested that chat as a live person, that has been given a higher priority than some of the callback requests in queue. So we're really able to kind of approach the contact center experience from 2 angles. One, driving a very cost-effective, very consistent and intelligent virtual agent to handle some of the tasks that consistently occupy a lot of inbound call volume and take a lot of expensive time from your contact center agents. Secondly, we're able to react incredibly quickly and with amazing insight when somebody does need to speak with one of your contact center reps. So touching back on a point that Lance made earlier, the example we've seen uses the interactive intelligence platform to do the integration, but again, through an organization like Avatar Tech Ventures, the Altigen platform contact center tools could be used to do the exact same thing. So I'm going to go back into my demo state and pass Lance back the controls for a quick wrap-up and some Q&A.
Okay, great. Yeah, if you want to pass those controls back over, I'll pull up the kind of the final thing, and then while we're doing that, if you want to start picking up some of the questions that came in the question box, let's answer a few of those.
Absolutely. You should have the presenter controls now, Lance.
Okay. Yep. Give me 1 second, and we'll pull up my screen. So what's the first question, Luke?
All right, the first question that we've got comes in: is a contact center system required for the DilogR tools to be functional?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, we did spend the last part of this demo heavily talking about the contact center integration piece, but the answer to that is no. A contact center solution is not required. You can use DilogR as a completely standalone solution if you want, or you can integrate DilogR with any number of other solutions. So, for example, if you want to use DilogR with your marketing automation system, then you can use DilogR to create these interactive content pieces, and then you can integrate those with your marketing automation system. Or if you want to integrate with your CRM, like a Salesforce, you can integrate. If you want to integrate with a call center system, you can. But even if you just wanted to use DilogR as a completely standalone platform, you have that option as well.
Excellent, thanks. Looks like we've got one more question that's come in. He asks, how is the DilogR solution licensed and sold to end users?
Yeah, great question. So the DilogR platform is a software as a service platform. So it's subscription based. You can sign up for a subscription for your company to use it on a monthly basis, and there's a couple of things that determine which plan you would be on with the DilogR solution. One of those things is the amount of content that you plan to deliver. So if you're a small to medium business and you're planning to use, maybe you want to deliver 15 videos, and that's the extent of what you want to do, or maybe some quizzes or assessments, then there are plans that are based on how much content you want to create. If you're a company and you're going to be, you know that you're going to be delivering thousands of pieces of content and delivering thousands of minutes of video watched or thousands of quizzes being completed on a monthly basis, there are plans that will fit whatever your needs are, ranging from the smallest of businesses to the largest of enterprises. And for specific quotes on pricing, I'll have you reach out to Luke directly. Luke and AVDS are an authorized reseller of the DilogR system, and they're very well versed on the platform. I'll pull up Luke's information here so that you have Luke's contact, and you can reach him directly with questions about pricing for your specific organization.
Excellent. Thank you, Lance. That was the last question that came in over the presentation. Just wanted to kind of tie everything up and reiterate what Lance said. AVDS has been very committed to delivering game-changing technologies for our customers, both on the contact center side as well as the interactive content side. The underlying goal is to deliver an amazing customer experience that promotes loyalty from those customers to your organization and help all of our customers differentiate themselves from their competition. So my contact information is on the screen right now. I invite anyone with questions to reach out to me directly. And I want to thank everyone for their time this afternoon, and we look forward to speaking with you all very soon. On behalf of Lance and the DilogR team, as well as AVDS and the rest of our organization, thanks again, and have a great day.
Thanks, everyone. It was great speaking with you.